going on, YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I am the crypto vet. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, leave your comments, join the Discord group, follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming there with my live trades. So if you want to see my whole weird ass thought process and how I actually make money doing this shit at home, please watch me there. That's going to be the best way to see exactly how I do it. But of course, I will still keep doing videos and showing you how I do it on here, as well as a little bit of chart analysis. So today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into my Duedex and my Bybit account, and I'm going to kind of just go over a lot of the features, because I know a lot of people have questions on how to use these. And there's a lot of things on there that you maybe don't want to click or mess with because you don't know what they do. And you know, if you want to be a successful trader, you got to understand the software platform that you're using. So since Bybit's my favorite one, I'm going to do that one first, but I actually use Bybit more for XRP, and then I use Duedex for Bitcoin. Don't really know why I do that. I think just because it's easier on my phone, and usually also the 100x leverage was the other reason I like Duedex, because I'm able to make pretty quick little trades, especially when I can confirm where they're at. And I'm also just going to go over one trade that I set up. And if we go ahead and just switch over to, let's see, this one here. Okay, let's go ahead and go to my Twitter first. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me at XRP Veterinarian. Right here on my Twitter, you can see that I do post trades. You can also hear me bicker with the XRP community and Bitcoin maxi trolls, lots of different things like that. So, you know, if you are interested in that, you know, please hit it up. But without further ado, let me bring over, I thought I had it set up. Let me bring these into this window. I did not change my OBS Streamlabs. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what's going on here on Bybit. So once you make an account and you set up everything in Bybit, you may not know what the hell to do. So let me get back to the original, because this one here is, yep, this is the new version. I've just been testing it out. But here's the original version. So this is what most people see when they go into Bybit. Let me bring this window up so you can see all the buttons on this side first. So just a basic, like a little tour of Bybit here. At the top, you have everything that you can trade. You can buy your total assets. This here is going to let you pick between whatever coin you want to do, and there's only 4 on Bybit right now: BTC, ETH, EOS, and XRP. It shows you some changes and then the current circulating volume. If we go down here, we have our positions closed, and you can go in between all of them, and it basically goes over your total losses, gains, orders, every single order, all of that stuff here. So you can see here that I am currently in a trade. So if you want to see where your trade is at on the actual chart, because you can chart on Bybit as well as with Duedex, I do recommend having another chart up like TradingView, so that way you can keep your trends up and then you don't lose all these things when you're switching back and forth. But sometimes I'll draw little things on here while I'm actually trading, right? So if we see here, I have a order in right now, and I have a stop loss and a take profit. Those are listed here as you on your chart as you go. So you can see that my stop loss is up here at 26.76. My middle line here is actually where I bought in. I actually bought in on this one, I think right here, and I thought I had my stop loss probably about right here, but I actually was way lower. I was like a whole cent off. I just typed it in wrong. But either way, I wasn't expecting it to go above this at all, period. So I've just been waiting it out, and you can see we've just been trading in this almost like Bart Simpson pattern that's about to form. And then right below it, you can see where the actual current price is here, and those are all listed here. And if I actually zoom all the way down, you can see that my take profit's way down there, just because I currently don't expect a rise. I expect a drop. All right, so if you're trying to actually get into these trading, the main thing you need to actually look at is the window over here. And I'm going to put that all the way over, so just ignore the black space there. I'll put something in there when I'm editing. I'm still learning DaVinci, and it's kind of a pain in the ass because it's pretty complex and I'm not that smart, right? So over here we have your order book. You're going to see the orders as they're being filled up and down. As you can see right now, there's more buying pressure. The actual mark price is higher than the price that's actually here, right? So this is what you pay, what it's at on the chart. This is actually what you're gonna pay. So I'm in the market tab here, and the difference between market and limit, if you do anything in market, you don't get to pick your price. You just hit buy or sell, and you get it at whatever the fuck it is on there. So if you're using this tab, you're never going to get the price you want. You know, if you're trying to buy in on a breakout, which I never recommend doing, but that would be like the only time. Or if you're just planning on like, I know it's going to go up here in the next couple weeks, and I'm not going to use any high leverage, and, you know, I'm going to keep my stop loss pretty safe, you know, then maybe use that. But the main tab you should be using whenever you're trading is the limit one, because you should have gone over to, say, your charts over here, right? And you should have had a plan. Like I've got this descending wedge or falling wedge here. I have a fib line right here in the middle. So here's the fib line. I think this is the 0.236. Yep. That we're actually finding as resistance right now. I have the falling wedge pattern. I can see my RSI. Sometimes I'll come over here and I'll turn on my TD sequential. I'm trying to see where it has pivot points marked at. You know, I have a whole plan before I actually enter in to this trade, right? So I highly recommend that you use the limit spot. And this is where you'll actually get to pick whatever price you want and the quantity that you want to see. So on this account, I currently have, I think, a little over 1,700 XRP. I put 1,000 in. The second I hit 2,000, I take it out, and then I only trade on that 1,000. So because I usually do high leverage, I'm trying to just, you know, have fun playing with these swings up and down, right? So on this top bar here, you have your leverage. This can be adjusted all the way from cross leverage to isolated cross margin or isolated margin. The difference between that is cross margin allows you to use your capital or how much XRP you have to extend where your liquidation prices are on smaller bets, versus isolated, you're going to have a liquidation price. So over here, I have 0.2688. Let me bring this over. I have 0.2688 is my liquidation price. So if this price jumps up to 2688 all the way up here, I am going to lose all 417.41 XRP that I currently have in this leveraged trade. And this isolated margin makes it to where my current available balance over here, I won't lose that if I'm completely wrong on this trade and I completely get fucked, right? So I like doing isolated margin. If you do cross margin and you got a lot of capital, you're much safer that way because you can use high leverage, smaller bets, and not get liquidated on those little swings or wicks that like fuck you out of it. Pretty sure that's how that works, but I don't use cross margin much, so if I'm wrong, please leave me a message in the comments. That way I can make sure I say this right. But isolated margin is going to depend on your level of leverage. If I was able to drop down to 5, which I can't right now because I'm currently in a 50x trade, but if I was to drop down to 5x, you would see that I could bring this up to like 28 or 29 cents before I would get liquidated, because there's a huge jump. This tab here, it's kind of worthless. It's just kind of telling you what the recent trades are. So, you know, you can scroll down and see that more people right now are actually buying, but the sell amounts and time, everything over there. And then over here, we have the contract details, not much. And then you can always scroll down and you can see all the markets and risk limit, right? And we also see that I've done like maybe 2 trades a day and I'm currently up 41 bucks just from fucking around, right? But let me put this back to here. So if you do have a trade open here and you want to close it out or you want to adjust things, you can do all of that from this bottom tab. So down here, you can adjust your leverage or you can slide the bar over. Down here, there's this little pencil. I guess I need to bring that back over here. There's this little pencil here. If I click on this, it's going to bring up my take profit, my stop loss, as well as activation price and trailing stop. So first thing is you should have a take profit and you should have a stop loss, right? If I go back to my XRP chart here, I can go back here and I can do my short position. So I entered in right at about 26.62 here, and my stop loss is like 26. Let me go back and we'll just double check and we'll show you what this actual stop loss take profit is. So 26.76 and 25.59. So 26.76 and 25.59. So I am leaving it down here at the 25.59 because now that we've confirmed and actually gone through it, I really like this 7.36 to 1 ratio trade. Now, there is a chance that it could go up to here. So if I was doing a normal trade, like not as high leverage, I would be putting my stop loss up here, and I'd still get my 2-to-1 or potentially about a 3-to-1 if I didn't think it was going to go all the way up to this falling wedge, right? So going back to our Bybit here, I like my trade setup. I like where it's going. If I do lose, I can come over here and it shows me my stop loss. The last traded price goes up to 26.76. This will trigger a market stop and I will lose 105 XRP. Oops, I did not mean to highlight that. So I'll lose 105 XRP. Why does this thing always come up for me? Go away. Don't know how to make it go away. Escape. Oh my lord. There we go. Okay, so if I do lose out on this trade, I will lose 105 XRP. That is only about 25% of my investments. So that trade could go wrong. Oh well, I'm using risk management here to try to make the best out of my failed trades because I am not always right. You know, sometimes I admit it, just like every other, well, not every other trader will admit it, but sometimes I will use a little bit of emotion when I'm trading, and 95% of the time I lose. I still do it sometimes. I have no idea why. I tell you guys one thing and I know exactly what I should do, but sometimes I still do that. But at least my losses are a little less. Also here I have a take profit all the way down at the bottom of that falling wedge, and that will shows that I will actually gain 810 XRP. So I'm still in that 7-to-1 ratio. That's a good trade and I am okay with that risk. All right. So I'm not going to mess with any of this stuff here. I always put it at last. You can switch it to mark and index if you'd like to. Mark is not a bad option. I just go with last price, so that way it's more likely to fill. All right, so now what do we have for trailing stop and activation price? So if you are trying to trade your way down as you go, you can have a trailing stop to where it'll make adjustments for you. I still haven't been able to get this to work. So I'm going to ignore this section, and I've watched some other videos, but for some reason, maybe that's what they're trying to do with this new version, but it does not work. Even if I have the activation price set to, like, say I want it to stop at, if this price is hit. So as we're coming down, we are currently at, let me cancel this out, we're at 26.55, 56-ish now. I would have an activation price at, say, 26.40. At 26.40, I would like my trailing stop price to move down with it. I tried it the other day and it just closed it out and as if it was a take profit. So not sure if that works, or maybe I'm not using it right, but most of the time I'm over here watching it anyway, so I make the adjustments myself, but that's kind of an inconvenience. So, but overall, love Bybit. If you want to trade on Bybit, I do have an affiliate partnership with them. The link is in the description. You can get bonus matched deposit. So if you deposit Bitcoin, you're going to get $50 to $100 depending on how much you deposit. So if you really do like it and you want to support the channel, by all means hit that up. The next one I'm going to pull up is Duedex. I don't have any affiliates with them. I just like them because of the 100x. I completely forgot that was the whole reason I did Duedex. But here on Duedex, I currently have a trade open. I opened this right back here at like 11.4-ish, and I am using the max leverage, and this is just like Bybit. The only thing different is with the leverage being higher, they also have a risk manager. So this is a calculator that you can actually get that 3-to-1 and the different percentage of risk reward that you'd like. An example of that is here. When you go into, say, the market and you have the quantity, you can actually adjust your, where is it at? Conditional, here we go. You can actually adjust how high and low you want your risk to be, and it's just a little slider. I actually don't have any more Bitcoin in this thing. I don't think I could do. I think all I could do is a post or reduce only. And all this means is like you're going to post this. If you use a post only, that means if this price is hit, like you're going to think about it. Like, you know, you're going to put it on the books as you are going to actually get it, but you can take it off at any point. And then the reduce only is going to reduce whatever trade you're in now. So I could reduce my trade now. I would be at a loss, but if you'd want to do that, you can. It has all the same indicators that it does on Bybit, so you can put on your charts and trends and anything that you would like. And it's very, very, very similar. So, you know, play around with it first before you put money in and start playing and actually getting at it, because it's real easy to lose when you're doing any type of leverage trading. Right now, my liquidation price, not my stop loss, my liquidation price is at 11,454, and I bought in at 11,396. I had my order set to limit, and for some reason still didn't feel like that. So, you know, maybe just because it blew through that price too fast, I have no idea. Been having that issue on several exchanges now, but it's at least close. It was $4, $3 lower than I initially wanted. But when doing this, you can see that you don't have much room to be right. So you really have to be on point if you're going to use this high leverage. This is actually the first 100x leverage trade I have done. Since I've done this, I've usually stick to the 5 to 10, maybe 25, because I'll actually put a whole Bitcoin in, and I will try to do like a big long position. So like in my previous one, I had a long in at 9,700 and I cashed out at 12. So did that on 10x, made a good chunk of change. I've been sitting out ever since, and the Bitcoin's been on my ledger. I sent over $350 earlier today to here just so I could do this video and post some Bitcoin trades, since I don't have any Bitcoin on Bybit. Most of my money sits on my ledger in cold storage or on my crypto.com app, which again, there'll be a link on that. If you want 50 free bucks, go ahead and hit that shit up. I love the card. It's cool as shit. I don't even know where my wallet is, but the card's cool, solid metal. So but that's going to be about it. If you have more questions or really want to understand the different things that you can do on this, please just hit me up, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm already at 16 minutes on this video. I just really wanted to kind of give you guys an overview on like the two main exchanges that I use as far as leverage trading. Not a big fan of Binance and KuCoin and all them. I don't like how they do their leverage and lending, because you got to watch that shit like a hawk. The cross margin is going to get you fucked. You're going to be out of money faster than you can. You're going to just be in one trade, and all of a sudden you're going to be negative and not understand. The fees on Duedex and Bybit are manageable. On the higher leverage, you may be up 100 XRP or, you know, $50 on Bitcoin, but the fees are a percentage of what it is. So like, always remember to calculate what your fees are going to be, because if your fees are high, you may close out thinking you made $50 and your ass only made negative $2. So that's going to do it for today. Again, please like, subscribe, Twitch, Discord. I got so many ways for you to get information. Like I said, I'm getting better at this. Doing this for almost, a little bit over 2 years now, actually. Finally profitable to the point where I feel comfortable teaching people to do this as well. So, you know, if that's worth something to you, please hit me up and support the channel. Like I said, I'm going to start doing this full time soon, because my knee is messed up and I haven't got it fixed yet because of the fucking coronavirus. But yep, and I'm about to record another video with some TA, so sit back and wait for that one as well. You guys take it easy.